that are watching this live or on catch up, welcome to the Get Savvy show by the Reluctant Leader Academy. I'm Mark Terrell, and these are my twice weekly shows that I run on Monday and Thursday lunchtimes at 1 o'clock. So today you'll notice that I'm going to be talking about the obstacle is the way. And the reason I'm doing this is because in recent times when I've been working with clients, I realized that actually the things that they are spending least time focusing on are the things that are holding them back. And this is very much linked to motivations. And just to clarify what motivations are, motivations are the motive to take action. And the stronger your motive, the more likely you are to take action, and vice versa. So if there's little motive, then you probably aren't taking much notice of what you should be doing in that area. So I'm going to share with you some data. Actually, I use a product called Motivational Maps, and that is a online diagnostic. It takes about 12 minutes to complete, and from that we get a report which gives us a 15-page report for the person that has filled in the questionnaire. And for me as a coach and as a practitioner, I get what we call the 22 numbers, which I'll explain a bit more about in a minute. But they're very revealing, and the thing is, once you have this information, it's very much about bringing the invisible, making it visible. Because it's very difficult when you ask somebody what motivates them to actually sort of tell the people what it is it that really drives you, what is it that gets you out of bed in the morning. And it's really important to know, because if you know that, then you can make better decisions, especially as a business owner. And also if you are leading a team, you've got some insight into what's important to you. So I'm going to share with you a couple of examples of what I'm talking about here. And it's interesting because both examples are, we use the information that the thing that is least important to the individual has actually made a breakthrough for them, so they can make better decisions for themselves. And they're very different people. One is working in an organization and one runs his own business. So they're very different, but both had very similar sort of insights into actually what do they need to do that is the thing that least motivates them, which is actually holding them back from what they want to achieve. So here's the first one. So this is what we call the 22 numbers, and you'll see that the reason there are the 22 numbers, there is 9 scores, which comes right down the middle of the page there. And to the right of there, there's 9 PMA scores, and I'll explain what they are in a minute. Then there is a PMA result score, which is, in this instance, 26%. And then there's 3 numbers for what we call the cluster analysis. So what I'm going to focus on today is the relationship between the PMA score, which is the fulfillment level for each of the motivators. So in this example, we have someone that is mostly, or has defender motivator as their most important. And that is about having predictability and things being the same, keeping things the same and stable. That is one of the traits of a defender. So you'll also notice that is not being very well met, because the score to the right of that, the PMA score, gives us a score out of 10. So it's only 2 out of 10 being met. So this person wants security and stability. Next down is the next one down is a star. So this person wants recognition. So they want to be noticed, they want to shine, and they want the social esteem of being that person that is actually being recognized for what they are achieving and what they are contributing. And you'll notice that one also is only being, as a fulfillment level, only 2 out of 10. So not great. That's not where we want to be. We want scores of 7, 8s, and 9s, and maybe 10s as well. That's where we want to be. So it's a long way from where this person wants to be. And you'll also notice the third motivator is expert. So they want to be a specialist in what they do. They want to, so if you think about, they want to shine and be recognized, but this person also wants to be an expert. So that actually, those star and the expert motivators go sort of hand in hand with being noticed for something that they have a specialism around. So this, you might be getting a picture of what this person is about now, just by these 22 numbers. So we know what they're motivated by, but we go to the bottom, then we'll see that the thing that they least want is actually to be innovative and creative. That's their least strongest motivator. So it's the thing that they least want. It's way down the pecking order when we come to these 9 motivations. When we bear in mind that we are motivated by all these 9 things, when we put them in order for this person, the thing they least want to do is actually innovate and bring new ideas around. So the reason why I'm talking about this is in respect to obstacle is the way, is that this person actually had some aspirations, which I won't go into, but this person wanted some aspirations and things to happen. But the problem was that he didn't want things to change, because his strongest motivator was things to stay stable and secure and predictable. But the thing that he wanted to happen needed some change to happen. So the conversation we had, and the question I asked him was that if you want those things to happen, if that you want that thing to happen to you, is it not a problem that firstly you want things to stay the same, and also the thing you least want is for change to happen? So it's like a double whammy for him. And just having that conversation opened up the possibilities that he then started to connect to his past, other things he'd done and made things happen. And it just unlocked what he really wanted. And that was the point. It unlocked what he really wanted. And that was the sort of, not the revelation, but it was the ability then for him to then go and actually take some action around what he wants to happen, and take that break, which is that defender not keeping things the same, which was actually acting as a break for all the things he wanted to happen. So that's the first example of the obstacle getting in the way. So the thing that he didn't want was change, but actually that was preventing him get what he wanted. So that's the first example. So let's go on to the next example, very different. So this person, you'll see, is his most important motivator is creator. So completely opposite to the other example. So this person wants actual change. They like innovation. They new things are great for them. That they motivate them. And secondly, they want to make a difference. The searcher motivator. So they want to do something that's worthwhile and meaningful. And also they want to have a bit of control. They want to have influence over others. So this person is an entrepreneur, for the want of a better word. So he is a creative. He wants to bring new things into the world, and he has control over his destiny. But in this instance, his lowest motivator was defender, completely the opposite to the other person. They have them different. Can you imagine these two people working together? One's motivated by change and one's motivated by keeping things the same. They might have a challenge. I say they would have a challenge if they weren't aware, and that's one thing that this information gives us, is that awareness that we can embrace our differences. And that's the important thing. Embracing our differences at work is a really healthy thing to do. So this person wants things to change. She wants new things to come into the world and innovate, and new ideas and things to change regularly, and nothing mundane. But the one thing that was holding this person back is the lack of consistency and routine, because he was paying no attention to it whatsoever. So you'll see also that although it's the defender motivator is around keeping things stable and secure and predictable, but you'll notice it's not being very well met. So that PMA score is 4, which 4 out of 10 is not very good. So that means it's not being well met. So he's not paying enough attention to it, and it's not allowing his business to grow because he hasn't got enough things. He hasn't got routine in his business. Things are constantly changing, and because of that, there's no stability. And so consequently, he's feeling that there's no stability because constantly everything is changing. So this conversation around his motivation map allowed him to realize that the obstacle is that he needs to get some routine into his business. He needs to get those routines, and he's not the one to do it. He's not likely to want to set up the routine, so he needs to find someone that can do it for him. So that is the obstacle. The obstacle is that if he can get that sorted, his business is more likely to grow, and he's going to get the benefits of that. But that would not have happened unless he had seen these 22 numbers in front of him to realise that actually that's what I need to do. So I hope that's been interesting and useful. And think about the things that you are least focusing on that may be holding you back, maybe not allowing those things that you really want to happen, and then see what you need to do about that. And that might be that you need some help from somebody. And of course, if you need a light shining on this and a motivational map would help you, then please get in touch. Obviously, that's something I can help you with. But bear in mind that we can't just spend all our time doing the things that motivate us, especially when we're running a business and we're entrepreneurial. If we only do that, then our businesses we will stand in the way of our business growing at some point or other. So be aware of this stuff, and it will prevent that from happening. I hope that's useful, and if you'd like some more information, don't hesitate to get in touch. Leave some comments, and I will get back to you if I see anything pop up on my feed. Thanks for listening.